Ruben Amorim's tactics maximized Diallo's creativity and Ugarte's control, securing Manchester United's crucial win over Man City. In Guardiola's build-up phase, Manchester United were clever in neutralizing Man City's strategy. They effectively blocked the central passing lines to Guardiola and Gundogan, with Bruno and Amat tasked with marking Walker and Diaz. When City used Ederson, a single United player would press him, forcing the goalkeeper to play to the opposite side. Additionally, United adopted an aggressive pressing game where their centre-backs would follow City's players that dropped back to create passing lines, while their wing-backs managed the opposition's wingers. When Amorim's side chose not to press aggressively, they still covered effectively City's build-up. They kept a compact shape with 5 players in Zone B, where Amat and Bruno played crucial roles by staying in half spaces. This positioning allowed them to cover players attempting to gain positional superiority, forcing Ederson into playing longer, less accurate passes as the short passing lines were well covered. When United dropped back into their own half, they switched to a 5-3-2 system to counter Manchester City's strategy. The opponent aimed to create 3 passing lines behind United's midfield and looked to exploit a one-on-one situation on the left with Doku. However, Man United was effective in controlling the spaces. When Foden attempted to gain positional superiority, United countered this by surrounding him with 3 players. As the ball was then shifted to the flanks, United quickly adjusted to cover the newly created spaces. Nunes tried to switch the play to Walker to exploit gaps between the lines, but United centre-backs closed down these spaces. On the right, United usually maintained numerical superiority to neutralize Doku, as well as the runs of Foden and Nunes. On the left, they effectively closed down the spaces available to De Bruyne and Gundogan, which is why City struggled to attack through that flank. But as they overloaded this side, Doku found himself in a 1v1 situation against Mazraoui, sometimes managing to deliver crosses to the far post. The opening came with similar movements to gain a corner kick, in which United left free to Gundogan, who played back to De Bruyne. He on first touch played across to the far post, where Guardiola was the only free player and scored. Despite Man City dominating possession, Man United often controlled the game, thanks to Ugarte's intelligent reading of play. As United dropped back into their own half, Ugarte would scan the pitch, anticipate the pass, and provide fluidity to the counter-attack. Even when United was defending deep, Ugarte was proactive in stepping out to press, denying space and time to the ball possessor, thus kick-starting the offensive transition. This was Manchester United's offensive structure, with Højlund shifting to the right, capitalizing on what they identified as City's weaker side. The opponent had 2 players facing United's 3 centre-backs, but one would drop back into the midfield line whenever the ball was passed to the wing-backs. City also placed a player between the pressure block and the defensive line to cover any potential free player. United's offensive structure complicated City's pressing because they usually found a free player when they tried to play out from the back. Also, they were smart to attract opponents to give space to the centre-backs who could switch the play to the free side. The off-the-ball movements and one-touch passes were crucial for advancing to City's half. Here, Manu pulled his marker out of position, allowing Mazraoui to move centrally. Ugarte then utilized the free space, receiving an on first touch passing to Manu, who looked to exploit the space quickly. Diallo's positioning was key. City couldn't keep up his runs into the space behind their fullbacks. Once in possession, he faced on a 1v1 scenarios against Vardiol, which created a space for Højlund at the far post and allowed midfielders to advance from deeper positions. In the second half, Manchester United could build up better because their players positioned themselves in key positions. They gained positional superiority in City's defensive triangles. This attracted the opponents and freed the sides for the wing-backs. This time Bruno attacked the space behind Walker and could receive with a space to play to Højlund. Now with positional superiority, Man Utd was able to move the ball forward since City's attackers were slow to cover. Amat then shifted into the gap between City's attackers and midfielders to exploit the free side. This move allowed United to create a 3v3 situation, but with Diallo drawing two defenders, Bruno found himself free to deliver a cross toward Amat.
This video is brought to you by Metric Sports, the fundamental tool for every coach and analyst. Create and manage all your video analysis in one platform. Use coupon NasirSelad at checkout for a 10% discount.
Off the ball, Amorim's team formed a wall of 4 players in the central channels, forcing City to play wide. The equalizer came when United was defending deeper. Zirkzee stepped out to press, and as the ball was played backward, Man Utd and Amat did the same pressing, while Ugarte covered the space behind them. With the ball forced to the side, Nunes, unable to find a space, played it back, but Diallo anticipated the move and won a penalty kick. Now with Martinez on the ball, his teammates are well positioned, giving him both short and long passing options. However, he identifies that the best pass is to Amat, as Man Utd and Zirkzee are drawing the attention of the centre-backs. Amat makes a clever run, not going straight, but scanning to exploit the space behind Vardiol, which allows him to shake off his marker and score. Leave your thoughts about the tactical battle between Amorim and Guardiola. Subscribe and leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.